Welcome to the first episode of Whirly Girl Ink, a podcast about knitting, crocheting, different craft things. My name is Rachel. You can find me on Instagram or Etsy as Whirly Girl Ink. And I will put that down below in case you haven't seen it on the, or maybe I'll put it down below. No, I won't. I'm still figuring this out. So a little bit about me. I live in northern Alabama with my husband, 2 kids, and my menagerie of animals, 2 dogs, 2 lizards, hedgehog, 2 fish, and a tortoise. And I started doing crafting when I was a little kid. Well, I mean, didn't we all? Kindergarten was fun. Love kindergarten. But my mom had started, she does a lot of crafting things, all different mediums, things like that. And my brother, sister, and I had all done different crafting. And I happen to keep the knitting and crocheting, sewing, those ones where my brother can draw and my sister is more of the cook. But yeah, so I learned how to knit when I was about 7. And then I only really started crocheting about 3 or 4 years ago. So knitting is my preferred method, but recently I've done a lot more crocheting. I do quite a bit of sewing, and wire work, like wire weaving and things like that. So, yeah, so welcome to the first episode, and let's get into it. So, this is going to follow the general format that you've come to expect from other crafting videos, if you have seen them. Or if you've watched any other podcasts, it's generally, the introduction and then what I'm currently working on, any finished objects, and what I'm going to be working on. And then I am going to have a different segment after that. So, if that's generally that's the known order of things. So that's what I'm gonna do too, because I am. So I'll start with first some of the things I'm working on, because given that it's the inaugural episode and I'm a little bit eclectic on every aspect of my life, including crafting, I'll only show you a couple of things, because to me crafting is kind of like reading a book, watching a movie, something like that. It's whatever you're in the mood for at the time. So like a lot of knitters will have, one lace project going, and then a color work, and then a straight up stockinette project, just for whatever they feel like doing. Well, I'm kind of that way with any other, or with all my crafting stuff. So I have a lot of works in progress in so many different facets. So many. So I will start with the knitting ones. How about that first? So both of the projects I'm going to show you, and I didn't actually realize it until I was getting all this stuff together, was they both are Boylan Knitworks projects. So the first one is a shawl. It's the Teroldego shawl. By Caitlin Hunter, Boylan Knitworks, that kind of thing. So this one, I've gotten relatively far. I haven't worked on it in a really long time. Look at how many ends I'm going to have to weave in. I need a house elf. But, see, and this is like a dark gray slatey. And then rainbows. Da, 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 da. So, this one, the yarn that it's done in is by the Sockmatician and Skeinz. There you go. And maybe, there we go. Sockmatician edition, Moody Hues. See how it's like this awesome tonal. Like all of them, even the solids are tonal, or I mean they're not solids, but even like the gray and the white and stuff are all this beautiful tonal. But what's cool about this yarn is, so the Sockmatician, he's got his own podcast. I want to say he's in England. I think so. I don't watch his podcast a lot just because it's not necessarily my style. It's lots of other people's style. But he is so high energy. He's very high energy. And he's great. Knowledgeable. He does classes, all that. I just don't want to watch that high energy. So that sounds kind of crappy. He's great. Just not my style of podcast. But the products, and everything, his classes, his products, all that sort of stuff are really, really good. And so, I don't know if you can hear that, but my dogs are fighting outside of the room right now, and it's a little bit funny. So anyway, but each of these, his colors are all named after different people that have had an integral part in the fight against AIDS. Because Sockmatician currently is HIV positive, and so anyway, so it supports a good cause and things like that. So it's anyway, the yarn is really cool too because it's got possum in it. Like, I just wanted possum yarn too. So anyway, but that again is a Teroldego by Boylan Knitworks, and show it again. Yay! So there's that. And then the other one that I'm doing is the Marettimo. I'm probably botching all the names. Oh, now they're barking. So you can hear barking. So not only are they fighting, and I can't yell at them because that's rude to yell in the middle of a podcast. Oh crud, they opened the door and they're in here fighting now. Stop. Hey look, I didn't even have to yell yet. Anyway, so then the Marettimo also by Caitlin Hunter, Boylan Knitworks. So it's got some awesome feather and fan, and the yarn that I'm using is Once Upon a Corgi yarn, and here we go. Once Upon a Corgi yarn, which is fantastic yarn. I love this yarn. And she also has a fantastic podcast with corgis in it, because one of my dogs is a corgi and the other one is a we don't know what it is. We think he's a Great Dane cattle dog mix, which is a rather weird combo, but he's cute. He his birthday, he turns 1 in April. So he's a big dumb oaf of a puppy. And then my Corgi she turns 3 in October. Her name's Lacey. But yeah, so anyway, that's not really knitting. I mean, I guess I could knit with the corgi fur, all the corgi fur that's all over my house. But yeah, so I haven't worked on this also in a long time because I am too separating for the sleeves. And I've been too lazy to get my needles out. Yeah, I've been too lazy to get my needles out to separate for the sleeves. But maybe doing this will give me the motivation to actually separate for the sleeves, because it's going to be gorgeous. And it's going to work really well for springtime in northern Alabama, except we don't get to go outside a lot right now. I mean, we get to go outside. It's not like that. But like, it's really the sweater I made to wear to work, and now I'm teleworking, and so, you know, it is what it is. But then, my next thing, how I said, I've been doing a bit more crochet than knitting lately. Stop whining. He loves whining. He whines a lot. So I've been doing crochet a bit more than I've been doing knitting. So this is a trio blanket by Felted Button. Let's see. There we go. So it's kind of fun, and I can't really say what yarn I'm using because I'm using all the scraps from other projects, because I have gorgeous scrap yarn, because I have gorgeous yarn. I'm a bit of a yarn snob. Yeah, I'm kind of a lot of a yarn snob. Because I am more of a quality over quantity person. So my sister, who just started knitting maybe 2 years ago, we had been trying to get her to the dark side for a long time, but only recently did she decide to start. So she probably has more yarn than I do. Yeah. Also because as soon as you tell knitters that there's a new knitter amongst us, that people are like, here, have yarn, because we love giving yarn, and yarn is amazing. So anyway, so that one's doing scrap yarn. It's supposed to be more of a like throw blanket for it. The other crochet project I'm working on is out of this book. So I got this book at one of the big box stores. I don't remember which one. I'm pretty sure it was Joann's. But it's like the cutest amigurumi patterns. Like my sister got me all of the ones that you can get like at, well, I mean, you can get them at the Joann's and Michael's, but you can get them at Barnes and Nobles as well, like the Star Wars amigurumis and all of, like, those kits. So she got me a whole bunch of those. And those ones are adorable. But these are so cute. So my daughter's nickname from my husband is Baby Squirrel. So I am making her a, there we go, a squirrel. It's going to be pink and purple. Yeah, so it's pink and purple. I would show you the work in progress right now, but it starts with the nose, and it looks a lot like a body part right now. Kind of looks like a knitted knocker, crocheted knocker. And if you're not familiar with those, you can look them up. I mean, it's nothing bad. It's just, it's prosthetics for people that have had to get mastectomies. So anyway, the nose looks like that right now. So it's not really exciting to look at. When it has eyes and like the actual like sewn nose part, I'll show it to you. But anyway, but it's more about that book. That book has so many cute things in it. They're adorable. I do have some wire work projects in the works, but right now they're nothing really all that exciting to look at because it's just wires taped together right now to prepare for the different sections of it. Yeah, as that progresses and looks a little bit cooler, I'll show you more of that. And then the other thing I'm working on is, so I'm doing this paint by numbers. So I'm not generally a painter. I like painting and stuff, but I'm not really that original artistic. So I'm not good at like, oh, I want to draw this thing, and now I'm going to draw this thing, and then I'm going to paint it. I'm not really all that great with that. So paint by number is perfect. And I think that in times of high stress, high anxiety, things, I think everybody should do paint by numbers, or those diamond paintings, or the adult coloring books with the like mandalas or whatever. I think that people should do that to kind of just like chill and focus, kind of just recenter yourself, because I mean, if you're stuck at home anyway, you should probably do something, maybe. I mean, instead of just dreading what the world is becoming. Okay, that sounds really pessimistic. And I don't mean it that way. It's just, I think that having a focus of putting some extra color into the world is a good thing. Because I'm a very colorful person. I like color. But I'm doing this paint by number hot air balloon thing that I got at Michael's. It's fantastic. Like, I love it. And it's very soothing and very relaxing because it's got a bunch of sky. Like, so it's like 5 or 6 different shades of blue that are in the sky. So it really doesn't matter how, like, if you don't have to stay in the lines perfectly. You can kind of like bloop, 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 the little cloud parts. So you don't have to, like, on the section I'm at right now where I can practice painting, I don't have to be really perfect with it. When I get to the hot air balloon itself, maybe a little bit better. But like the cloud, you can just kind of, or like the sky and the cloud, you can just sort of like the different blues together. So that's awesome. So future projects, I don't think you have that much time. I have a lot of future projects because my good idea fairy, I'm pretty sure, is highly caffeinated. So I have a lot of projects that I want to do. You know, some colorwork yoke sweaters, some different wire work. So given that this is the first episode, I am not going to inundate you with information about my flighty thoughts of all the things I want to do, especially because right now a lot of stuff, since they haven't closed home improvement stores yet, that I am spending a lot of time at those kind of places. Well, not a lot of time at those kind of places. I'm still doing all of the healthy things I'm supposed to be doing, like social distancing and all that, and ordering online. But I've been ordering a lot of stuff for home improvement projects because the weather has been really nice, even though we had a tornado come through the other day. But whatever. The weather has generally been really nice. So my kids and I have been doing a lot of like gardening projects and planting stuff, because since now their education is going to rely on primarily me. They don't know what they're in for. They're like all excited that I'm going to be their teacher because my best friend is a homeschool teacher, and so of her 3 girls, and so they're like, oh, you get to be like our friend's mom. And I'm like, no, she's actually good at this. Like, this is what she's, like, meant to be and has done for a long time, because I think her oldest daughter is in 3rd grade, 4th grade, maybe 4th grade? No, wait. Middle daughter's probably in 3rd grade. Oldest daughter's probably in 5th grade. And she's been homeschooling them from the very beginning. So, she's been doing this for a while. She's really good at it. I'm not really good at it because that's why my kids were going to, why I got in the district, the school district that I'm in, is because it's amazing. And I happily will pay somebody else to teach my children good things. Because I'm not very good at it. Mostly because I can't keep a schedule. I'm not very good at scheduling. Anyway, but, so, that went off on this tangent, weird tangent thing of, I've been teaching my kids gardening because I'm setting the stage for science stuff, because I'm a big science person. I work in the scientific field, and I've always enjoyed science. Science and the arts have always been a big thing. Robotics competitions, I didn't have them as a kid because I'm too old for that. Or, I mean, not too old for that, it's just that didn't exist when I was in grade school and high school and stuff. But now, man, this place has a lot of robotics competition stuff. No competitions going on right now, but teaching them robotics, so, like, I've been coaching some robotic stuff for them, and, doing that. So, yeah, so a lot of my projects right now, I'm trying to dual purpose them for homeschooling lessons. Their teachers are going to do the criteria or the curriculum and everything, so it's not like I have to build the curriculum like my friend does. So that's going to save me some time. But teaching my kids when I am as I need a thesaurus to find different ways of saying eclectic, flighty, different. Yeah, so I am just kind of all over the place, as you can tell from the way that I'm talking about this. So focus. I'm gonna focus, and I can use my focusing techniques that I've been taught through the years. I mean, I know they're there, just rather not actively engaged in using them. But yeah, so future projects are, a lot of house stuff, some crafting stuff. It really just depends on what I am feeling at the moment. But I'll get into that a little bit more in hopefully future episodes of this. So thank you for watching my episode. I am going to try to get more episodes out more regularly, because this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. If you like the episode, please give me a thumbs up, and if you really like it, please subscribe. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later.